Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. How are you guys doing for the past few weeks? I haven't been traded much mm, since this Friday, where I covered uh, most of my shorts, and then the yeah last week I was traveling, and so therefore I'm not actively trade actively trading that much, and then so I missed this quick flush to the downside. But before I leave my screen and go on to the vacation, I'm setting myself a goal that I try not to trade, try try not to look at the markets um when I was traveling. But I do look at the market, and I think I tried a few trades. I think three or four. all losing trades. But compared to um, what I normally did, that I was trading very relaxed and quite laid back. So I would say I was doing quite well. Yeah, the recent winning trades that I've took is Marvel yesterday on that pullback to the 9 EMA and the previous highs. And yeah, I would say that's a EP, but it's pulling back intraday. And it almost stops me out 4 cents away from my stops. And it actually didn't violate the low of day. I bought it at the 5 minute candle breakout. And it has showing relative strengths since the earnings, since the early March, when the market is building a lower highs and lower lows, but it starts building higher lows. Despite the fact that the Monday's candle is pretty ugly, but yesterday it gaps up, um, nearly taking the high of the Monday's, the high of Monday, and I think it's a really strong gap up with, I don't know what's the news is, Nvidia news, and then I bought the pullback into the 9 EMA, and I was also Dell. I was holding it since the 10th of March entry. I I had haven't sold any, so I'm holding my full positions and getting slammed in the past few days. But I'm trying to train my sitting skills and try to hold my winners longer, riding the trend longer. And for this trade, I'm doing pretty well. Yeah, I almost like I think I would panic sold yesterday. On yesterday, if I'm maybe mm, yeah, maybe mid 2 to 3 years before, I'm just going to sell it at the low. I don't know, but the market is bouncing. Now it's above the 9 EMA, and I'm long biased now, so I'm waiting for the pullback into the rising 9 EMA on the daily chart. And generally, when I think, yeah, the pullback to the rising 9 is highly expected. And I have several stocks that I'm really interested in. One is Corning, this GLW. It's building a really nice flag, the multi-week flag above the 9 weekly EMA. And Fastly too, but Fastly is just, it didn't form a proper base. At least to me, like it's just right in the 9 EMA. All the way up. Yeah, I accidentally muted my mic. Uh, I'm just yeah, I'm just following my plan and wait for any pullbacks into the rising 9 EMA and not trading the opening range breakouts for today. And hopefully the market can would would come back a bit. But if it goes straight up after the open, then I have I have nothing to do. And would I still take the trade yesterday if I don't have the cushions? I think yesterday is quite special, quite important day, or you can say it was yeah good timing for trying some longs because the market is gapping down 2 days in a row. Or Monday was it's also still a huge red candle with a strong reversal day and close near the low. But on and Tuesday there's a gap up above the hourly 9 EMA. And so it's a little bit extended from the daily 9. So even if you're just trying to play some bounce or some mean reversion longs, then you still have some rooms. But I think it's totally fine if you decided to sit out and avoid doing playing longs if when the market is still in a downtrend, especially below the 9 EMA. There will still be lots of opportunities if there's a strong uptrend starting from here. And that's also the reason why it's also one of the advantage of doing shorts is because it helps you to build your cushions before another uptrend. So even if you get stopped out from this bounce, if it failed and still goes lower, you're only losing your profit cushions and not your capital. This corning is going straight up. But it's coming into the previous gap and the previous high. Hopefully there will be some distributions, some resistance around this level. Oh, I think I missed the entry on SOP short. Yes, I'm tracking Nebius. I really love this shakeout on the 21 EMA. This weekly candle is looking really nice. And this base since October last year, I think it's really ready and really have the potential to make a multi-month moves. With that said, don't think it's time to get too excited because the market is still in a downtrend. We could experience a downtrend like 2022, where there's a strong bounce, which could trap a lot of people in to build the longs, and then set up for another for another leg lower. And 2022 markets is I believe it would be pretty hard to trade because a lot of people get FOMO as the market is bouncing very fast. And then caught them off guard with a gap down, and another leg lower. So I really have no idea on what the market is going to do, and no one would know. No one would. No one can predict what the market is going to do. So the famous quote um, is trade what you see, not what you think. So when my long positions are doing well, then I'll be more optimistic, will be more bullish, and I would, if the market starts holding up the rising 9 EMA, then I will be more bullish. But if it closes below or loses the 9 EMA, then there's not, it will not be a smart idea to be aggressive on the long side. So what I'm what I'm seeing now is the market is gapping above the 9 EMA. Therefore, my plan is waiting for it to pull back, if there's any, into the rising 9 and see whether it will find support. So if I bought any, if I try to play the long side, try to enter some positions, and they got stopped out, and the market is telling me it's not the right time. It's really about trial and error. Aluminium stocks. Yeah, they're strong, but not my type of stocks, and I think the entry is, yeah. I don't think I'm going to enter on enter it yesterday, and not even today. I think they're pretty hard to trade. Only if you can, if you can catch a really powerful clean trend once in several years. Like it, rarely they will form a clean move. Well, I think I missed the entry on XOP. Semis is definitely the leading sector right now. And after the pullback to the 150 EMA, I think semis is ready for another uptrend. Now it is above all the EMAs. Hopefully it can consolidate a bit. Well, this corning is very strong. Refuse to go down. Corning instead of CIN. I prefer uh, a longer base. I personally prefer stocks with a longer base rather than just going straight up, riding the 50 EMA. Historically, um, you'll find more powerful moves when the stock is breaking out from certain kind of bases. But definitely right now the market is moving so much faster. So last year we've seen a lot of the moves that is just riding the 50 EMA higher. But that's not my type. maybe this breakout is viable, or the pullback into the 21 EMA is viable. But right now is not to me. As a breakout on coining today, yeah, definitely opening range high is a thing because the stop is really tight. And it's gapping up above the engulfing webs. So actually, if you can, it's so tight that if you only risk maybe half of your original risk, you will still get a decent size. So even you will get a higher chance of being stopped out, the loss is still manageable and small enough to worth a try. But yeah, but I didn't take it because I don't like. I prefer the market to pull back into the 9 EMA, and I think there will be a high chance that it's going to be a pullback soon, and I don't want it to getting. Yeah, I think that's just my decision before the market opened, and I'm just following it. There are definitely times that the market is not going to follow your plan. Yeah, all the AI names are not going away. No matter it's the memory or the optics. And also the power was the like GV and VRT, electricity production. And I think the TSEM is doing the circuits. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I wanted to see Corning pulls back to the 9 or the 21 EMA together with the market pullback. That would be the best scenario. But if there's some follow through on Corning, like it keeps going higher and close near the high of day, then it will be a sign that maybe the opening range breakout is starting to work, and I'll be start trading more of them. So SNDK also. I'm also pretty interested on the cryptos that they are building a flag under all the EMAs. But with the current market strength, like the market is bouncing back, and I will keep an eye on whether there will be like Ethereum is now above the 9 and 21 EMA. So if Bitcoin can somehow climbs back and close above them, then maybe I will be interested in the long side because they are a little bit, actually not that much, but still quite extended from the weekly 50 EMA. And like Bitcoin is now at the 2021 top. Also the 2024, the swing high of the base. So it's around 65K. And Ethereum is at the channel low. The channel since since 2022. So could find support on this like multi-year support level. But the third thing that I want him to do is to close above the EMAs first. If they don't close above and hold above the EMAs, then I'm not going to look at them. Eton breakouts. I think technically is great. Yeah, but I don't trade biotechs and it's too thin. So, but if if this if this chart is on a liquid stock, like for example, if it's on Fastly, if this stock is Fastly, then I think this breakout is that I would trade this breakout. Like spacing above the previous swing high, rise and a pullback into the 9 EMA. Increasing volume on the and also the magnitude of the move, like it's up 50% in 3 weeks. So if you get a small count, like 10K, I would still recommend you to trade the stocks at least above the $50 million volume daily. Like stocks that are liquid is that are easier to trade. There will be less shakeouts and the moves are cleaner in my opinion, and definitely you will get a lower spread, easier to get in and out, and eventually you need to trade the more liquid stocks when you start growing your accounts. And there are lots of liquid stocks that are really making a huge moves. You don't need to pick some random. They're trading at only $10 million volume per day. At this to find a 100% move. Like AAOI is up 180% in just 2 weeks and trading 200, 300 million even before the EP. And now it's trading more than 1 billion. So except you have an edge, like except you found something special for those illiquid stocks that can increase your profitability, then I would just recommend you to trade the liquid stocks. Would I risk a bit more to chase? No. Um, I I'm not going to widen my stop or take a high risk to chase a stock. But in the really rare occasions that I may maybe I will use an intraday entry, like a maybe a 15 minutes candle entry to chase a stock that I'm really like, and the market is really good. Like maybe for example, if I'm really think that coining is really want to enter coining, maybe I'm just going to buy the stock right here and then set the stop maybe at this 15-minute candle low or the previous candle low. Yeah, that, but it's like it's maybe only 2 or 3 trades per year, and definitely not today. Although it is going this this thing's going straight up. How did I deal with a stock go below my stop during the pre-hours or after markets? I'm I will wait for the open. I'm not looking at shorts at the moment, but yeah, I can see your point. That is a lot of stocks are bouncing at into the 9 or 21 EMA. I Yeah, I think if you're if you were focusing on the short side, it's absolutely reasonable. One of the reasons that I focus on the long side is the relative strength on IWM, and another reason is there's still a lot of stocks that is holding up pretty well and setting up into the long side. And if I had to choose picking one picking one side to trade, I would choose the long side. But it's definitely okay to if you want to focus on the short side. Maybe like both traders can make the money. Like the long traders um buying the strong stocks is winning, while the other traders shorting the weakest stock is can be also profitable at the same time too. But mathematically, long side is easier to play, and also prob in probability wise, we can also say that. Normal volume is just the number of shares traded on that day, while the dollar volume is the amount of money that the stock traded on that day. Any tips of scaling a small account? Forget about the fact that you're trading a small account. Trade like you have 10 million, 100 million. The money is not the problem. The account size is not the problem. How you trade is the problem. It's the def- definitive factor. Yeah, great to hear that. But also appreciate you yourself too. Don't forget to appreciate yourself too, because you are the one to do the analysis to really click the buy and sell buttons to take the responsibility. And the trade results is not the most important important thing. Like whether your decision making, like how you enter the trade and how you exit it, how to find the trade ideas, and the post trade evaluations are also very important as well. Oh, this is a hard question. I don't think I can be profitable in trading if I get a 9 to 5 job, even get a family, have a kid with a lot of stress in different aspects of life. I don't I think it will be really, really hard. If not impossible, it will be extremely, extremely hard. Like you but before you become profitable and learn the lessons, you would definitely like lose money and get punished by the market multiple times, like one after one after one. And you also need to spend a lot of time to study, to to do reflections. But it's like mm, I think it's very similar to any learning progress of different skills. No matter you're learning a new instrument, learning a new language, like the early phase is the maybe not the early, like the intermediate phase is the most important. Is the most difficult. But like trading, it also involves money. Like it has the psychological and the financial aspect, which adds up. Like it is adding on top of trading itself, and I think this is really difficult. So I really don't encourage people um like if with a limited time and limited efforts, if they are working very very busy, and also they need to take care of the families, like it will the probability of success is really really low. So I'm really fortunate that I started learning trading in university because I have a lot of free time. I don't have that much responsibilities and stress when I'm still young and as a student. I I don't really think that I will be profitable if started learning trading after I get a 9 to 5 job. I really don't have the confidence. Maybe it's time to switch the signal a bit on SNDK. We will be one of the legendary moves in the stock market history. I think SNDK, if this continues higher, like a future trader 20 years later would definitely run into this chart of SNDK. And laughing at the traders that didn't buy the breakouts on the 2nd of January 2026. Also this EP day too. I think it's an EP day, probably. I think observed markets and looking for the past winners is one of the ways. And I think it is a must that you really need to like scrolling through the charts and just training your eyes and your pattern recognition skills. But other than that, the most important or the most effective way is to really drill on your weakness. Like you need to evaluate what are your weakness, where do you find a lot of room for improvements, either your entry, your position sizing, your stop setting, or your stop picking. Like, and I think the really simple way is just ref, uh, reflecting from your past trades. And I emphasize it a lot of many times. But from your, especially the losing trades, that you can really find a lot of mistakes. Like I'm still making a lot of mistakes last year, even though I had the best year since I started trading, but I still made lots of mistakes. And different traders have different weaknesses. Just focus on your own and like improve one at a time. .24/7 market is I know it's coming, and I don't think it would matter that much. Like I think the market is still trading its highest liquidity in the normal trading hours. Definitely we'll see some. I think there will be some changes, but I believe they're just slight changes, and we'll see. I don't know what what could be the possible impact, but I'll try to adapt after it really launches. How do I overcome my drawdown? The first thing is like the one of the biggest mistakes that I made is to size bigger when I'm losing. So I want to build like a to trade with a larger risk, larger position size because I want to make back my losses. Because if you lose 5% of your account, then you really want to make back the 5% and get back to break even. And once you have this kind of a mindset that it will and you will enter a death spiral. Like when you lose more, like if you have a drawdown, you risk more. And then you lose more and you will risk furthermore. And your drawdown will gradually pyramiding. Yeah, comes back to the drawdown. And I think you have to realize um, the importance of not pushing hard, like really not pushing when the market is against you. Like generally, when you have a drawdown, either you trade really bad, like you made really stupid mistakes, or the market is not favorable to your style. So if you're pushing hard when the market is going against you, then it's not going to work. One thing that helps is to like um go back and find your biggest winning trades and see when you started um entering them. Generally it's not at the difficult market or the draw or the correction period. Generally the best trades are made when the market is confirming on an uptrend. Like we're talking about the long side. I think it helps to like it helps to build some confidence on sitting out or on trying to trade less or reducing the risk per trade when you're having a drawdown, because you realize this is not a suitable time or a favorable time for you to mm, really to make profits from the market to earn your money. I think this idea is really important to me because like I think me 2 to 3 years ago is will do some crazy stuffs if I'm getting a drawdown. Really, really have a strong urge to grind the losses back, and this urge is detrimental to the traders. I took around, mm, I think 2.5 years to become profitable. And yeah, it really takes time. Definitely like different, like some people are smarter, or some will have a faster learning curve, and some people have more time, like they put more time on studying, or some people have really good discipline in nature. Then it, I think it depends, but definitely it takes time. And now the queue is near to the near the 585, the previous gap level. Spy also. Faster is not stopping. This thing is going insane. EL. Yeah, I think today, actually today could be a good entry on the pullback into the rising 21, as well as the hourly 9 EMA too. Yeah, I love the gap fill and the shakeouts on the 21 EMA. So it forms a really good looking candle on the weekly charts. It retests on the 9 weekly EMA. How many hours would I put in per week? I, I actually have no idea because well, when I'm just started learning trading, I'm really intrigued by by trading, and I spend a lot of time on especially watching the different YouTube videos or reading different books. So in the beginning, that uh, you, I really wanted to explore different sides, different aspects of trading, different style of trading, and I really spent a lot of time, I think, but I watch a lot of different YouTube videos, like introducing different concepts, different setups, different indicators, etc. I've learned some kind of like I watch a lot of videos talking about the best indicators strategies, 90% win rate strategies, or MACD pair with Bollinger Bands, or even some, I don't know, some indicators that I've never heard, never seen before, with very complicated calculations or formulas. I also watch a lot of like ICT or like SME trading videos. Like, like so actually in the beginning, most of the knowledge that I learned are useless to my trading right now. So in the early phases, really I think I waste I waste quite a lot of time in in the wrong direction. But after, like, especially after I came across Christian and I really like get fascinated by his style and also his personality too, like how he what he's doing and what he's sharing in his dreams. And then I spend more time on digging deeper into his style, like watching his streams, the past streams, like listening to the podcast and his websites too. Like, but I never like really calculate or never have a idea that how many time how much time, how many hours that I've spent in studying. Because like I, if you're really into trading, you like you will voluntarily or proactively look for resources and in, in, um like use any of your free time like to explore anything or learn anything new, and you won't feel it is a job or it is a task or is an assignment, it's a requirement to accomplish. Like it's like um exploring a new place or going to some new locations on a new map. It's a it's a bit effortless in my opinion. Like you don't need others to push you, and you won't feel boring. You won't feel meaningless. You know, I will feel really. I don't know how to express the feeling that I've got, but yeah, I will find certain kind of dissatisfaction when I'm scrolling the charts, like looking at the past moves. The Marvel again, so it's building relative strength since the earnings. But when the market is going down, Marvel is building higher lows. And semis is the strongest sector at the moment. And Marvel, like compared to like others, other semis names, but they're correcting. They're in a correction since the like February. Marvel is keep it's like it's the stronger one. And yesterday it has a news with Nvidia and a gap up near near the high of the previous huge red candle and above all the EMAs. And then look waited waited for the pullback into the daily 9 and also the previous swing high. And I bought the 5-minute candle breakout. And I also love the weekly chart too. I think I missed the weekly charts. Yeah, I really love the weekly chart on Marvel. It's like a VCP. And I love buying the breakouts on the huge base. I think Dell also, like Dell is also at a huge base, a 2-year base on the weekly charts. So after this earnings, and I keep tracking it, and it helps really good at the 9 EMA. Also relative strength too, like since the late of February, the market is starting to roll over, but Dow is holding up very well. And then bought this shakeouts into the EP low. Or you can say this shakeouts on the 9 EMA. Now I'm trying to trade it on the weekly charts. I think Marvel too. I'm trying to hold the leaders longer. Especially when they're breaking out from a huge base. So thank you guys for coming. I've talked a lot today. I think that's enough. And I think the market doesn't want it to pull back. Maybe we'll get another V-shaped recovery. A lockout rally. We'll see how it closes today. But right now things are looking okay. Oh, SEDG. I was looking to buy this pullback, but I hesitated. Never mind. So if you're not doing well in the in this market in the previous weeks and months, I think it's a really good lesson to learn that um, to learn how to sit out and not over trading. Like it's a really good period to correct your mistakes because the bad market conditions are the best timing to review your mistakes or to enlarge your mistakes and to make you aware of it. And also you may learn like there will always be a good market after after unfavorable conditions. So sometimes you really need to be patient and wait for the correct market to come. And it definitely will come. I don't know whether this bounce would mark the start of the next rally, but a rally would definitely come in the future. So stay safe and see you in the next stream.